Hey everybody, this is Captain Kyle. I'm here at the Garden State Comic Fest Atlantic City Edition. Here with David Dastmalchian.
Close.
Maybe I did it better than...
Ballpark.
Dastmalchian.
This small chin. Dastmalchian.
We're
Nailed it.
going to do that again.
That was good. No, I like it's good to teach. We had to teach your
We are
viewers.
teaching people.
Yes. We're here to share
at
the knowledge
least-
of long name pronunciations. Dastmalchian.
Dastmalchian.
Perfect. Thank you.
I have heard you speak in an accent on occasion.
Sometimes for working with certain smaller individuals, diminutive superheroes, I have been playing with the computer, trying to help. This guy is kind of little dim-witted, but he's a good guy, Scott Lang. He's got good heart. He's like a good man. Yes, maybe as Kurt.
Very cool. So, as you may have figured out, he's been in Ant-Man. He'll be in the upcoming Ant-Man and the Wasp. He's been in The Dark Knight, The Flash, Gotham. He is living the superhero geek's dream.
It is a dream. It is a dream. We were talking about this earlier, and I am so lucky and so grateful. I grew up in Kansas City, going to Clint's Comics, and I fell in love with superheroes at a really young age, and they've always been a really important part of my life. So have the supervillains, by the way. Mind you, always partial to the DC villains and always partial to the Marvel heroes. And I used to write my own comic books where I would have, the Joker fighting Captain America. I loved mashups. But anyway, now for a job, acting, which is my passion, which is the job that I love to do, and to get to do that in the realm of the world of superheroes, it's crazy. I tell my wife, if this is a dream, do not pinch me. I don't want to wake up.
I can't blame you. I'm very envious. I want to be in your shoes. I want your life.
Well, my shoes don't smell great, but you're welcome to wear them whenever you want.
What size?
12s.
A little big for me.
Okay, well, I've I need new shoes. Now I'm looking at my shoes. Boy, these are in bad shape.
I'm glad we could lead you to that conclusion.
Yes.
Always doing public service.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes. So
how are you enjoying this con?
Listen to the fans. They're so excited. I'm loving it. I'm having a great time. Garden State Comic Fest is one of... I've only done 3 conventions as like a guest. I've done San Diego Comic-Con with movies to promote, but to actually be on this side of the aisle is different for me. I'm usually with everyone wandering the halls, and because I collect comics and I collect toys and I collect vinyl records that I tend to shop for at shows. So to be here as a guest is a little odd for me, but I am glad to be here doing it. And this one has been particularly nice because I've met a lot of families today. There was like some serious family cosplay going on at Garden State. So I met some amazing people. But I do collect comics, as I've told you, and I've had to slow down my comic collecting because they could tend to take up a lot of space. I collect toys. I love the Remco and anything inspired by the Universal monsters. A lot of the action figures that came out in the 60s and 70s, I collect. And vintage classic Halloween sound effects vinyl records. That's my specialty. And you'd be surprised, at conventions, I have found some gold. Because you don't know what you could find. It's not just comic books at comic conventions. You get sci-fi stuff. You get cool props sometimes, toys. So yeah, there's a guy selling coffee over there, and it's really good coffee.
You had his coffee.
It was really good coffee, yeah.
And
I'm embarrassed that I should be giving him a plug, but I can't remember. It was Death something.
Oh, okay, well, we'll look for Deathy coffee. We'll put it
in a little crawl, right? Death something coffee, yes.
Death something coffee. Now available in major Comic-Cons everywhere. So, you said you went to a lot of cons, which is awesome. Have you ever cosplayed?
Yes and no. I've never dressed up for conventions, but I have done plenty of... Like, Halloween in my house is a holiday that lasts all year round. And we usually have at least 3 costumes. Then for the holidays, we also do costumes because we do themed family photos. So, I mean, I had all kinds of G.I. Joe, like from Grunt to, I had a really cool Destro that I did when I was, in like junior high. I had, I'm trying to think for this year, for Halloween, my wife gets mad when I spoil it, but I can tell you guys, spoiler alert, the family Halloween costume this year, my wife is going to be Raven. My 4-year-old son wants to be Beast Boy. We're going to have my 10-month-old daughter as Cyborg, and I am going to make a magnificent Starfire. You're welcome.
I could totally see that.
Thank you.
You have such a delicate bone structure.
Thank you.
That is very cool. If you were going to come to a con, though, in costume, would you do the Starfire, or would you do something else?
I would love to do Starfire. I'd also love... if I never get the chance to portray him in the films, although I still dream that it could happen, Morbius is one of my all-time favorite characters, so I would love to come dressed as Morbius and do an appearance at a convention as Morbius. And it's fun when you dress up. I've worn masks at conventions before, because if you are an actor or somebody that works in the business and you want to just hunt the floor and like go and have fun, putting on a costume is a great way to just like... Yeah, I have friends who are like super famous. Like people would be screaming if they saw them here right now, and they go to conventions sometimes and just wear a mask.
Because it's the place to wear a mask, or anytime.
I want to look at you sideways.
I could see you as Morbius, the living vampire.
Thank you. That's a dream of mine. We'll see. I hope whoever watches this spreads the word.
What do you have going on that you can tell us about? We know Ant-Man and the Wasp. We're looking forward to seeing you return to your role in that film. What else do you have going on that we can look for you in?
I currently am playing Murdoch on the CBS revival of MacGyver, and that's been a dream for me. Murdoch was MacGyver's nemesis in the original, so it's really cool to get to come back, and we actually just aired an episode where Michael DeBar, who played the original Murdoch, is hunting me down, and he's playing Murdoch's mentor, who's now wanting to exact revenge. That's fun. So season 3, I think, has been announced for that. I just wrapped a really cool drama called Million Little Pieces, which is from Sam and Aaron Taylor Johnson. They wrote it together, and then Aaron stars in the film, and Sam directed it, and Billy Bob Thornton stars in it. It's got an incredible cast, actually. There's tons of people in that. Yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp. I'm very excited for that. And I wrote a film called All Creatures Here Below, which stars Karen Gillan, and will hopefully be coming out next year. So keep your eyes peeled for that.
Wow, you are busy. Do you sleep?
No, but I blame that on the 10-month-old and the 4-year-old. That's why I don't sleep. Work is enough, but like the kids keep me up. But I love them.
Where can people find you on social media so they can find out when you have new stuff?
So there's a Facebook page, David Dastmalchian. David Dastmalchian. And on Instagram, I'm just at Dastmalchian, and on Twitter, I'm at Dastmalchian. So come and say hi. I'd love to say hi back.
And for the spelling challenge, we will put links down and below.
Thank you.
All right. Now I have 3 very invasive, horrid questions for you. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Hit me.
All right. At one point, you were young.
Yes.
And you needed money to buy comic books, whatever. What did you do to make money?
I was mowing lawns, and I remember saving up my lawn mowing money and going to Clint's Comics, and my parents like shaking their head like, you should be saving that. And I blew it all on comics. And look at me now. Ha ha!
When you were young, you mentioned that you were into sci-fi fantasy. What was your favorite cartoon?
Super Friends. I loved Super Friends, and I just bought they've for the digital downloads for sale on Amazon, so I'm showing my son Super Friends right now.
And finally, if you could travel in time to any era and spend a little time there, you wouldn't have to stay forever. Where would you like to travel, and why?
You know, I think that before the crash happened, the Roaring 20s in the United States, in New York City particularly, sounds like, oh my gosh, like that F. Scott Fitzgerald, when all these artists and all the jazz musicians and all the writers and Langston Hughes and all these people were coming up, and like this incredible burst of art and culture and stuff was happening. I think I would like to spend a week dancing with the Flappers.
Would you wear a flapper outfit?
Sure I would. Come on, I said I'm going to be Starfire for Halloween, right? I'll be Starfire mashup with Flapper.
I think that would be a award-winning costume.
Thank you.
Anything you want to say to your fans before we wrap it up?
No, it's been great being here. Thanks for talking to me. And yeah, please continue to go support your local comic shops, and please take young people to comic shops, and thank teachers. You know, teachers encouraged me so much in my pursuit of what I do, and I think we're at an interesting place in our culture, in our country right now, where education and those who pursue intellectual dreams are being shunned. And I really think it's time to encourage kids to get back in comic shops and coming to conventions, and the magic of telling stories. It brings people together. And so I hope if you're watching, I'm sure you're already a fan of comics and cool stuff. But just keep doing what you do, because we need you guys.
That is awesome. Thank you so much,
Thank
David.
you, Captain.
And thank everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time. As always, have fun and cosplay on. Hi, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like and share, and we love to read your comments. Don't forget to subscribe and click the little bell icon to get notifications of our new videos. Thanks again, and we'll see you on the con floor.